Welcome back in another episode of NBA 2K14. In the last episode, you see the New York Knicks defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers 123 to 110. As you can see, Carmelo Anthony got 31 points and 8 assists, 25 points and 13 assists for J.R. Smith. On the other hand, Kyrie Irving got 27 points and 8 assists, and Alonzo G got 19 points with 2 rebounds. And a great performance for the New York Knicks. And coming up next, here in LA, California, we're here at the Staples Center in LA, featuring the interconference matchup, and for the first time ever, as the Charlotte Bobcats will make his first NBA 2K video. Actually, he will make his first NBA 2K14 video as of Andre Kenshin. He saw the last in the Bobcats team. They never played Bobcats so far. However, the Bobcats are surprising 21 and 15, led by Kemba Walker. That will be a good one here in LA. That should be interesting, as the four teams are still in the hunt in the Eastern Conference. The Bobcats are 21 and 26. What a surprise for the Bobcats! That will be a good one here in LA. So for this game, the Bobcats gonna use the dark blue, and the Lakers gonna use the white. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as Kemba Walker of the Charlotte Bobcats take on Kobe Bryant of the Los Angeles Lakers. And now we are moments away to sending over to Kevin Harlan here in LA, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video. Now we're sending over to Kevin Harlan here in LA. Anyways, let's get started. Enjoy the video right now here in Staples Center at LA. Now.
Thanks for joining us. Get ready for the NBA here on 2K Sports. Friday night in the NBA, it's going to be the Charlotte Bobcats up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And the first quarter's just about ready to get going. Let's get out to Los Angeles with our guy, Kevin Harlan.
The home team. It's home to Tinseltown and the Lakers, Los Angeles, California, as we bring you an interconference rivalry here at the Staples Center. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. With Kobe Bryant, he's a player, guys, that you just love to see go to work.
He's one of the elite scorers in league history, able to create space for his shot with unbelievable footwork and ball handling ability, fundamentals, and of course, unfazed.
So just like in real life, when Kobe Bryant played against the former Charlotte team, and when they drafted the Charlotte Hornets in the 1996 NBA draft, but they traded the Lakers for Kobe Bryant. That will be good one here in real life. And now, here we go. Kobe meets Charlotte for now.
He's by an aggressive defender.
Well, he's used to being the focal point of a defense, so that doesn't bother him at all. Never phases him. It also doesn't faze him when he misses shots. He always believes he's a shot away from going on a run, and he's always hungry for...
The Bobcats log another stop up on their travel schedule in today's matchup. And, of course, they're still without Gerald Henderson.
Yeah, and they're very happy to know that he'll be back on the court soon. But I'll be interested to see how it affects their chemistry when he does come back. That's always a challenge. They've got a good thing going right now, and they've actually been playing excellent basketball without him.
Yeah, so the question is, how do you change your rotation? Do you put him back in the starting lineup? Do you put him on the bench? Do you leave him out of the rotation altogether? Those are questions that the coaching staff is going to have to answer.
Here's Kobe. The finger roll finish at the back.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll. Well, this last offseason, the Bobcats announced their intention to change the team name to the Hornets, reclaiming the name of the original Charlotte franchise that left for New Orleans in 2002.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And I like that move to the hoop. You use your speed, go around the bigger defender.
And just like New Orleans chose a name, the Pelicans, that has local significance, the Hornets, a historical reference to Charlotte's rebellious fighting spirit during the American Revolution. Steve, you just tell me about this. Fascinates you.
It does. I'm an American history buff, Kevin, and I'm also an NBA history buff. And you think back to the Hornets in Charlotte originally, they sold out for 9 straight seasons. So the Hornets nickname absolutely belongs in Charlotte.
A nice shot by Zeller. Zeller's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Bobcats have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
You know, it seems to me Nick Young is the perfect guy to have coming off the bench because he's a volume shooter and scorer who can get hot in a hurry. I think his best role is to play him kind of in a Jamal Crawford type role.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Bobcats.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And here's Kobe after the three-pointer from Young. Bryant, and the Lakers take on 2 more. Going back to Nick Young, Clark, mostly a score.
He sure is, Kevin, an athletic 6'7" wing. I don't think there's any reason he can't be a plus rebounder and defender, but it's clear that his focus primarily has been on the offensive end.
Smart. Use that big height advantage. Get the shot off.
Well, it's hard to put a big man on him, Steve, that far from the hoop. I mean, he's versatile.
The feed to Nash. Back to Young. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Kaman and Jefferson with the block. And here's Walker. He had 22 points in the win against the Nuggets in Denver.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the ball, just racking up the assists.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to speak with the head coach for the Charlotte Bobcats. I asked about their game plan defensively, and he said, well, we all know it starts for them at the point guard position with Steve Nash, and his combination of elite shooting and passing ability. We really have to stick to our principles and work as a team if we're going to have success against him. Guys, we'll see what happens.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good group.
Now here's Kobe. He's coming off a 25-point game against Indiana.
Yeah, he picked his spots in that game too, Kevin, because I thought he not only did a nice job scoring, but setting up his teammates as well.
Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, from the look on his face, he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. He's going to come out of the game right now and get that thing checked out.
And the Bobcats have changed their look on the floor. 11 feet away, and that one's good. Sessions.
That is a terrific effort on the shot. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made it look like he was the bigger guy. That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive. But certainly the Lakers blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
Here's Jameson. Cool. And Forman gets the assist. Jameson's got his first bucket of the game and is on the board for 3. Now here's Sessions, defended by Forman. Now here's McGetty, coming off a solid outing against Denver. With the lead pass, Adrian, that's good. You talk about the huge fan base for the Lakers, Clark, one of the marquee franchises certainly in the entire NBA.
I would even stretch that to all of sports, Kevin. The market and their finances clearly have helped them gain that stature, but you can't shortchange the organization, the people making the decisions. They've been a winner for a long time, and that's been the magic ingredient that's attracted fans, players, sponsors, the full package.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Nick Roberts' shot is good.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
Blake kicks to Farmer. Good.
I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
6 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Sessions and the powerful. One-handed slam. Nice hops and determination that time. Clark to get to the rim.
We know he can bounce, and right there an example of how dangerous he is when he's got the path to the hoop.
And you love the versatility, guys. Being a point guard, and in this situation, they tack on 2 more points, expanding the lead in a pretty deflating way for the defense.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Bobcats lead by 7. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Tune in next Sunday, February 2nd. The Orlando Magic take on Rajon Rondo and the Boston Celtics. Live from Boston. Hoops. Action.
All right. Second quarter beginning in just a moment. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, Stephen Clark, what are your thoughts?
And you can see early on, guys, they were going to go inside and try to establish their offense in the paint area. That's exactly what they've done.
And I think that's exactly where they should continue to attack moving forward, Steve.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. Sessions out there with Jeff Tate. Then it's Maggette, and there's Anthony Tolliver, and it's McRoberts in at center. And Antoine Jameson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Now we have a moment to see the best rebounding teams in the league. Fifth, the Bobcats.
You know what? As a group, they've been very effective. It's not one guy just crashing the boards. It's a total team effort and a team attitude with this group. That's why they rank amongst the league leaders in rebounding.
Kobe kicks the Blake. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Blake's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
And something else we can say about him is that he's got a lot of guts. I mean, a lot of courage. He'll be the first one to step into the lane and draw a charge, even if it might get him a little beat up.
The Lakers rebound. Gasol. And a good offensive ball. And he gets the bucket.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there. The Bobcats, one of the worst teams in the league over the last couple of seasons, actually had the worst winning percentage ever back in 11-12. But they've made a commitment to rebuilding through the draft, and clearly when you do that, there's going to be some pain along the way.
There's the bucket. Good. McRoberts has got his second basket of the night.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one. It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
And back to the Bobcats. Steve, do you see a light at the end of the tunnel for him?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. They brought in a new coach, Steve Clifford, who's well regarded. They signed Al Jefferson. So I think they're going to be better. I think they'll win more games, but they're still a ways away from being a playoff team. They've got to continue to build this roster, be patient, and try to put themselves in position to win.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bobcats. Al Jefferson's checked in for Josh McRoberts. Zeller comes in for Anthony Towle. And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist subbed in for Corey Maggette. On the outside, from the arc. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And the threes continue to go down at that end with almost nothing happening from deep at the other.
But the way to turn that around is defensively, by stopping their outside shot, not by getting into a shootout.
Back to Nash. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Young. Coming off a solid outing against Indiana. And again, it's the Lakers from deep. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Lakers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with steal.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Shots good. By Walker.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Nash hits to Young. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Certainly starting to heat up from outside. That's his 3rd for the game, his 2nd in this quarter.
Walker against Nash. And it's Walker penetrating. He kicks it to Zeller. And so it looks like the Bobcats will retain possession here.
So a moment now to see the story on Kobe Bryant. Last 10 games for him have been excellent. First in free throw shooting, 14th in assists. And he's been quite an offensive threat, averaging enough points to put him in the top 20 in scoring.
Yeah, his focus from the line has been special, and that's one reason, Steve, he's at the top of the list in free throw shooting percentage, because his focus is on target and he doesn't stray from that. His routine is excellent.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Gasol. And Wesley Johnson has subbed for Kobe. And Kidd-Gilchrist throws it down.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Let's take this chance to showcase the top setup man at the small forward position in the NBA. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist on top.
You know, you hear the term point forward thrown around quite a bit, and I think it really applies to him. He's an excellent passer from that position.
Yeah, the offense basically runs through him, maybe more so than any other small forward in the league. I mean, he's counted on as their setup guy, and he delivers the goods more times than not.
Now the dish to Jefferson. Leads him in there. And there's Zeller. That's good on the assist by Jefferson. Zeller's got his 2nd bucket tonight. Last outing for Charlotte, they won that game against the Nuggets.
Yeah, and in the end, it wasn't even close. I mean, they had points coming from all over the floor.
Boy, they were locked in and ready to roll. And offensively, they just had a rhythm that was impressive.
Walker against Nash. And Walker kicks to Gordon. Tries to keep it alive. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bobcats will retain possession. .36 seconds left now here in the second. Jefferson. And the layup is good. Jefferson has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the 2nd quarter, guys.
Walker against Nash. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. Pass to Zeller. And Zeller shining it.
You know, he may lack grace, but his length makes up for it. He can still throw it down there.
Well, you don't have to be a fantastic leaper when you're his size.
It's too bad because with a little more athleticism, can you imagine how dangerous he'd be underneath the boards?
Lakers shooting their first free throw tonight.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. When you look at the numbers, impressive.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
And we're through 2 here in a good one. Lakers ahead, up 5. We'll have the start of the third quarter for you shortly. But first, it's the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome, I'm Damon Bruce. A great game going on out at Staples Center. The Lakers playing with poise so far. They're riding that razor's edge of contending and golfing. They're in 8th place in the conference standings. We've seen Kobe in top form. He's got 10 points, and it's been a good overall defensive game for him. He's brought a nice intensity to the floor in this one. Hanging tough, the Charlotte Bobcats. Just outstanding efficiency offensively. They're having a field day. It's just that simple. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is their leading scorer. His scoring has been on the rise, his game improving by leaps and bounds. And now let's go around the NBA to check out what's happening. The Sacramento Kings currently trailing Dallas out in Dallas. A lot of ground to make up for them and not a lot of game left. A look now at some games yet to start. The Jazz out in Utah will go up against the Warriors. It's an 8:30 Eastern time for a tip-off out there. And a look here at the other NBA action. It's a tight game for the Timberwolves squaring off against the Memphis Grizzlies. Things are pretty close out there in the third quarter of action. Thanks so much for stopping on by. Third quarter just around the corner, so let's get on back out to Kevin and the crew.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to the Staples Center, and above it, downtown Los Angeles in the distance. An exceptional performance from Young.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for the Lakers right now, Nash and Bryant in the backcourt. Inside the 7-footer. Gasol and Gaiman. And it's Young, and it's small forward.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And Walker kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Kidd-Gilchrist has got 12.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
That's good. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Indiana Pacers.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
And that one's good.
Perfect on the first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
One of the duties that Steve Nash has undertaken is signing on to oversee the Canadian national basketball team. Really a logical choice for Canada, given all that Nash has done for the sport in that country.
Yeah, put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Bobcats trail by 8. And Walker kicks to Zeller. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Going back to Nash, certainly the greatest basketball player ever out of Canada. And we all realize that. But you were telling me a story the other day about how you and he went surfing one time.
Oh, yeah, in San Diego, we got out in the water. And the first time he ever got on a surfboard, he got up and rode on the wave perfectly. So talk about an incredible athlete. Nash just has it all.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bobcats. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Jefferson. Maggette comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Sessions subbed in for Ben Gordon. Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Jeff Adrian's checked in for Zeller. And it's Pargo in for Kemba Walker. Maggette dishes to Sessions. A three-pointer is right on target. Sessions has got 7 points in the game.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
The fadeaway and the basket by Kobe. And the Lakers lead by 6.
It's amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect in this half.
And Gasol comes to help. And Sessions kicks to Maggette. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Maggette's got his first 2 points.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard. Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
And now let's have a look at the teams that have had the quickest hands in the NBA during the past month. Second, the Bobcats.
Kevin, who says that good defense isn't fun to watch? This has been impressive. The last few weeks, they've been able to get after it and be active and come up with more steals than normal.
Kobe kicks to Hill. Stolen by Maggette. Here's Pargo, guarded by Kobe. Wasted no time on that one. Now just a 2-point Laker lead.
I'll tell you what, the first half may have been a little slow, but both clubs really picking up the intensity here in the second.
I'll say that's for sure. I mean, things have really ramped up here.
Charlotte calls timeout. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
Yeah, and it seemed like the difference in that game, guys, was the defensive effort. They forced a lot of turnovers, and that allowed them to get out and get some easy looks in transition.
The Bobcats making a switch here. Al Jefferson's checked in for Josh McRoberts. Zeller comes in for Jeff Adrian. Then Gordon's in for Gennaro Parker. And it's Kemba Walker in for Sessions. Then Gasol with the top.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk clock coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play. You know, it seems like when they've gone to it, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Well, let's go back to what Steve just said. Such a strong defensive performance they turned in last time.
Well, you know what was remarkable about it, Kevin, was how many turnovers there were. I mean, it wasn't all about defense. There was some sloppy ball handling taking place on the other side, too.
Backing down is Bryant. Tries from 10, and the Lakers take on 2 more.
His stroke has been dead on. Inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
And Walker kicks to Maggette. Launches a 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 7th assist in the game. Back to Jamison. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Gets it to go. Place that 6.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Walker with it. Now defended by Blake. Now here's Zeller. He's covered closely. He lobs it up. The rebound by Gasol.
Tried to get a little too fancy with that one.
Unless the alley-oop is going to be uncontested on both ends of the play, you're better off avoiding it.
Gets it to go. And that's 11 points for Jamison.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. And that's why the defense is having a tough time.
Well, he's really stood out for his club today. Even though they're struggling a little bit, he's doing his part.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Lakers lead by 9. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Coming up next Monday night, February 3rd, the Detroit Pistons take on LeBron James and the Miami Heat. Live from Miami. You don't want to miss it.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been. Going for Los Angeles.
Forcing turnovers, you want to convert at the other end. That's what this club has done.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
On the court right now for the Bobcats. Al Jefferson out there with Jeff Adrian. Then there's Pargo. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Taylor in at the small forward position. And that one's good. Sessions.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it's become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that. Stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
To the middle, Zeller. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line, trying to make it a three-point play.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
Al Jefferson's checked in for the Bobcats. Gordon comes in for Gennaro Parker.
Well, you look at Zeller. He's a 6'11 center, very quick, agile, very skilled. He can handle the ball, has great touch inside. I think the question mark is just his overall strength down on the block.
Well, Steve, you know what? I love everything about Cody Zeller. And you're right, the strength is something he'll have to work on, but he can get that. He's added strength since he was at Indiana just 2 years, so you know that'll come, but his skill set and the footwork you love to see in a guy that big. He knows how to get angles to finish. I think he's got a really bright future in the NBA.
Man uses the glass to finish the lane.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
And the call goes against Wesley Johnson. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Corey Maggette, he's checked in for the Bobcats. Kemba Walker comes in for Sessions. Here's Jefferson, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
That's the kind of finish we've gotten used to seeing from him in the low post.
Here's Nash, hit his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. And Los Angeles with some changes. Pau Gasol's checked in for Robert Sacre. And Kobe is subbed in for Wesley Johnson. Here's Kobe. Banked in off the glass. Kobe's got 23 points.
They ran that inbound play perfectly there to get the quick hit.
He feeds it to Maggette. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That is his first foul of the game. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Jefferson kicks to Zeller. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Zeller's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
And here's Young from the arc. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number one for this defense.
It really does. I mean, it's not possible to give up that many points behind the arc and not pay the price in the end.
Got that one. Young's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Over the break, I listened in on what head coach for the Bobcats was getting across in their huddle. They've been getting torched with all these shots from long range, and he simply said, we can't lose track of their shooters, guys. We're over-helping inside, and it's leaving them wide open. Can they make the adjustment, guys?
And thank you, Doris. Lakers leading by 4. And Nash, here we go. Gasol trying to free himself up. Nash with the bucket. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Shot, high post. Shot's good by Walker.
This has really become an intense ball game ever since halftime.
Boy, the effort from both teams here, Steve, is terrific.
What a floor leader he's been at the offensive end.
You know, he's done a terrific job of moving the ball around, sharing it, dispersing it, and running the show.
Charlotte moving the ball around. Maggette kicks to Walker. Yes! And the foul. They get Paul Gasol.
Really, they haven't worked it inside as much as they did earlier in the game. The way they did it in the first half, I think they got to get back to trying it. It worked for them then, it should work for them now. He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clever.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
Got something in a close game. You have to take advantage of every opportunity.
The Bobcats moving the switch here. Gilchrist is checked in. .146 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Walker to pass to Zeller. Walker dishes to Gordon. Feeds it to Kid Gilchrist. And it's Walker penetrating. Nash comes with the double team. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within 2 here.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there. But they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now, and stolen by Gordon. Gives him the lead pass. Rejected by Young. But they get it back. And Zeller kicks to Gordon. He nails it, and we're tied up.
Now, if you can't get around your defender, sometimes the best way to get a shot off is to go to that fadeaway.
There's a minute left here in the fourth quarter. And Young kicks to Kobe. From downtown, it's good from beyond the arc.
Second three-pointer of the half, 4th overall. So he's having a nice game from outside.
Tipped. Back to Nash. For 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
They're killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3. A big bucket there to quiet this crowd, Clark.
You know, that's exactly what you got to do. Take them out of the equation. Make those fans be quiet.
Yep, and that's exactly what he did.
And an intentional foul right there. And now they decide to foul intentional.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
I need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. It's a 2-possession game now.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Well, they couldn't look up there on what's really a pretty basic pattern.
Los Angeles has gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. A perfect 3 of 3. That's the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And no mistakes there. A couple of good free throws to give them a little extra cushion.
Nails it! And now they trail by just 4. Kid Gilchrist against Young, and an intentional foul there stops the clock. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
And that's going to be it. Great work at the charity stripe. That'll close this game out.
The 3, Gordon buries it from outside. Timeout call for Lakers. They're up by 3. 3 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
At the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. They both at the line, and it's a 5-point game. The Hail Mary shot misses. So the Lakers take the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.
Great ending here in LA as the Lakers survive over the Bobcats by 5 points, 110 to 105. Kobe Bryant Kobe Bryant got 32 points, 13 assists. Nate Young got 24 points. And for the Bobcats, it was Cody Zeller got 17, Kemba Walker got 17 and 9, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist got 15, Ben Gordon got 15 as well, and Al Jefferson's got 13. Corey Maggette only has 9 points. What a huge ending here in LA. Down to the wire here from Staples Center. So that will be wrap up here for the upload here, first night of the upload doubleheader. And next up, here in Brooklyn, we got a interconference matchup featuring Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett of the Brooklyn Nets. And unfortunately, once again without Darren Williams, he's missing again due to the broken ankle. But hopefully we'll be back soon for day to day. Hopefully they will be coming back after this. It should be a good one here in Brooklyn without Darren Williams, as the Nets are still surging for now. That'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the Lakers survive over the surprising Charlotte Bobcats 110 to 105. This is Andre Kenshin saying so long from Staples Center, LA. We'll see you later for the second game here in Barclays Center, Brooklyn, for the Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Brooklyn Nets. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye, and reminder, we'll see you later for the second game here in Brooklyn for the Thunder and Nets game. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye and thanks for watching. We'll see you later.